Now that we're in the holy season of Advent, I was going to suggest 3 weeks ago, I want to suggest to all of you that for this Christmas, we don't give each other any presents. And the reason why I was going to suggest that is because a few years ago, I heard that Bishop Gary Gordon, when he was in Chilliwack, he suggested that to the parish. And everyone at St. Mary's remembered that Christmas because it was the least materialistic Christmas that they had ever had. However, I've had to modify that suggestion. First of all, because for some of us, giving and receiving gifts, that is our love language, so we have to honor and respect that. Second, I found out 2 days ago that we're having a Christmas market fair on Saturday. And so I don't want to tank everyone's effort. And third, I recently suggested to a young man, I said, if you're serious about getting married, you should dress better. And this is something I say to a lot of young men. If you're really serious about getting married, you've got to dress better. You've got to communicate better. And then I said to him, I think you should get a new suit for Christmas. So much for my suggestion. So whether we give no presents this year or fewer, the main goal, whatever it is, we have to focus on Jesus. And focus, what is he offering us? Because he is the perfect lover, he's the perfect giver. He's always giving us gifts. So my hope is that this Advent, 24 days this year, that we can really serve Jesus and serve other people. Jesus says in the gospel today, be on guard so that your hearts are not weighed down with dissipation and drunkenness and the worries of this life. Now, this is very helpful because many Decembers we realize, whoa, my heart is weighed down. There are a lot of distractions in my life. And drunkenness is the kind of sin, it doesn't seem like it's a big one, but it is, just like so many sins. They hurt us more than we know. And yeah, there's a lot of anxiety in our hearts. So December, it can be a materialistic time of year. We're aware of what other people are buying. I hope to buy it too. I need to get everything on sale. It's the darkest time of the year. For some of us, that affects us. It's a very busy time for many. And then it can be a lonely time for many people. And so our hearts might be distracted from Jesus. And he continues, and that day catch you unexpectedly like a trap. Now, the day Jesus is talking about is the day when he comes again, his second coming. He comes to judge the living and the dead. Now, that will be a trap if we're not ready. If we don't love Jesus, that's a bad day. If we love him the way he loves us, that's going to be a beautiful day. And that's why he continues, he says, when these things begin to take place, stand up and raise your heads because your redemption is drawing near. It will be good news this day. Great day, Jesus overcomes evil, no more loneliness, no more suffering, no more darkness. And specifically, Jesus says there to stand up and raise your heads. He's talking about our physical posture, and I think for a lot of us, maybe men, means we should dress better. But I'm really thinking about this idea, this truth, that our physical posture reflects our spiritual posture. Because the physical should represent what's in the internal. So, for example, if we were to say, you know what, this Christmas I'm going to buy a new suit so that every time I go to Sunday Mass, I'm going to wear that suit to remind me Sunday is the highlight of my day, of the week. The Mass is the most important time. I think that's a good use of our money. That's a good Christmas gift. Now, at the same time, our Christmas shopping, it needs to take into account we're never going to find perfect happiness on earth. So no one has ever said they open up all their Christmas presents, and they sit there and like, wow, my life is better now. It doesn't happen. So on the day of judgment, we have to render an account to Jesus of how we spent his money. Now, Jesus uses that word redemption. The word redemption means to buy back. When you redeem something, you buy back. So when you redeem a gift card, you get something back for the value that's on that card. Now, in ancient times, the word was used whenever you freed a slave. So someone would literally pay money so that a slave could be set free. And at Christmas, we remember this is what Jesus did. He set us free from sin. How did he pay for it? With his blood. And prior to 2,000 years ago, he had no blood to offer because God has no body. God has no body, so 2,000 years ago, he takes on a body so that he can offer his blood on the cross to free us, to redeem us, to liberate us from sin. So if Jesus offers us the greatest gift, is there anything we could offer Jesus for Christmas? Could we offer Jesus one present intentionally? And if we were to get him a present, what would it be? What would he want? Jesus obviously wants our love. Would it mean we go to confession, go to the chapel, maybe help someone in need, help someone at home, do a project for someone? One person here said that her family has a birthday cake for Jesus on Christmas. That's the right spirit. And finally, Jesus says, for it, he's referring to the day of his coming, for the day of his coming will come upon all who live on the face of the whole earth. Be alert at all times, praying that you may have the strength to escape all these things that will take place and to stand before the Son of Man. Again, the day of Jesus coming, it could go either way for us. It could be bad, it could be good, depending on our love. Now that word there, alert, alertness means we're responsive to God's will. If we know something is what God wants, we do it. And then praying, we need the strength to do God's will. I remember hearing a story about someone who said, the only thing I want right now in my life, I just want a proper Christmas. And for that person, it meant they don't have to go to work. They just want to be with family and no arguments at home. Such a simple, pure desire. So let's say if we're aware someone in our family has a simple, pure desire, is there anything we can do to respond? And maybe one thing we could do is we can ask each other in these next 24 days, what would be the best Christmas present I could give you? Is there anything I could do for you that would make this a better Christmas? And then once you're aware of it, right, you're alert, go do it and pray to do it well. So I hope this will be a beautiful Christmas for all of us, avoiding distractions, focusing on Jesus coming, serving other people and him, recognizing that he's already offered us the greatest gift.